Good morning to all. Today we will learn about subject and predicate. In the previous class we studied about sentence and its part. Now we are going to learn about subject and predicate. So let's revise what we read in the previous class, what we studied. Let us revise. So again on the screen you can see there are two sentences. So now I am saying read these words. Why? Because in the first sentence it's not a proper sentence. It is only a group of words. So first sentence, first I am reading playing is Ram with ball a. And in the bracket it is written make no sense. Second, I have written Ram is playing with the ball and it is making some sense. Now, what is the basic difference between the first and the second sentence? The difference is this, that they both are written in a different way. The first one is starting with small letter, the second one is starting with capital letter. The first one is having no full stop at the end, but the second sentence is ending with a full stop. Third thing, so for the first sentence, the meaning is not clear. But in the second sentence, the meaning is clear to everyone. So now we can define that what is a sentence. So a group of words that make complete sense or a group of words that gives complete meaning is called a sentence. Now there are some rules of making a sentence. What are these rules? First rule is that it makes complete sense or it gives complete meaning. Second is begins with a capital letter. As you can see in the example, the second sentence is starting with capital letter. It ends with a full stop. So this sentence is ending with a full stop because it is declarative sentence. If your sentence is interrogative, then you will just end the sentence with question mark. If it is exclamatory sentence, you will end with exclamation marks. So it depends on the kind of sentence how you are going to end. But when we are writing a declarative sentence or a statement, the sentence generally ends with full stop. We also call full stop as period. Okay. Now this is what a sentence is. Now coming to the parts of the sentence. We had already studied that the sentence is divided into two parts. The first part is subject and the second part is predicate. Now when we talk about subject and predicate, we should know what are they. What is the role of these two words? So now when we talk about subject, what is subject? Subject is the person or thing we speak about in the sentence. So the person or thing we speak about is called the subject. What is said about the subject is called the predicate. So this we can understand with the help of the given example. Example, you can see a man helped the blind man. So here we are talking about a person and the person is a man. So a man is your subject and already I told you that subject is either a noun or a pronoun. So now it is very clear that the a man is the subject because we are telling something about this man. Now what are we telling? What the sentence is telling about this man? The sentence is telling that a man helped the blind man. So help the blind man is your predicate. Second thing, we can also say that verb plus rest of the words in the sentence is predicate. So here you can see helped is the verb, the blind man is the extra words or you can say object. So this is your predicate. Whatever comes after subject is your predicate. Now, the subject and the predicate may be of a single word and it can be more than one word. Like here you can see a man, two words, help the blind man, four words. So it depends on the sentence that the sentence is having a single word or the sentence is having more than one words. Now comes a new word which is object or objects. What is object in the sentence? So words that are added to verbs to complete their meanings are called object. Now here you can see helped is your verb. If I say a man helped, the sentence is incomplete. So I have added the blind man after help to make it complete. So whatever words I am adding after verb, that becomes object. So here in the sentence, the blind man is your object. Okay. Now the structure of the sentence. How will you frame the sentence? So 3 points are there. The subject is usually at the beginning of the sentence. Whenever you start a declarative sentence, the sentence will have either a noun or a pronoun. Second, after writing the subject comes the verb. It can be helping verb, it can be action word, anything. And after the verb, objects are placed. Again, with the example, we can understand the sheep are grazing in the field. So, already the sentence structure is saying that the subject is the beginner of the sentence, right? So, what is the beginning word? What are the beginning words? The sheep. We are talking about the sheep. So, the sheep is the subject here. Now, what are the sheep doing? What action they are doing? They are grazing. And where are they grazing? They are grazing in the field. So in the field is your object. But if I want to write the sheep are grazing, then also my sentence is complete. I don't need any object. But I have added an object in the sentence, the sheep are grazing in the field. So now according to your formula, the sheep is your subject, S, then plus verbs V plus O object. So simple basic structure is S plus V plus O. Now already we have seen also and we have read the examples also, and we have to keep it in our mind that subjects and objects are always nouns or pronouns. So this is the basic structure. Now we are coming to the main topic, that is what is subject and what is predicate. Okay, so now on the screen you can see subject is written. So what is subject? The subject is the naming part. What is naming word? I told you now in the beginning. What is naming words? Naming words are noun. So what is subject? Subject will always be the naming part in the sentence, or you can say the beginner of the sentence. And they always answer the question who or what. Like I'll give you an example. Tom is playing. So when I want to know the subject in the sentence, I will put a question, who is playing? So immediately the answer will come, Tom is playing. So Tom is here what? Subject. Now comes the next part. The next part is predicate. The predicate is the doing part. Doing part means what action is done by the subject in the sentence. So it tells you what the subject did or what the subject is going to do. So if I say, what is Tom doing? So you can answer, Tom is playing. So again, when you are putting a question to the predicate, to the subject, the answer comes with predicate. So these are the two parts, subject and predicate. Now comes the third part, which is object. When you want to find the object in a sentence, simply you will ask a question what after the predicate. And where is predicate? Predicate is always placed after verb, or you can say after sentence including verb is the predicate part of the sentence. So when you want to find the object, you will put a question what to the subject. Now you can understand with the help of this example. What is the example saying? You can see here, John kicked the ball. Now if I ask a question, just divide the sentence in 3 parts. Find subject, verb and object. So you can easily see the question is saying John kicked what? So when you are putting this question, John kicked what? Your answer is coming, John kicked the ball. So it's very clear that the ball is the object because we are putting a question after predicate, no? After verb, John kicked what? John kicked the ball. Okay. One more example we'll share. Peggy won the prize. Now what Peggy won what? Answer is coming, Peggy won the prize. So here the prize is your object. Is it clear? Now again we'll learn this with the help of the table. Three parts of a sentence: subject, predicate and object. So when we talk about subject, we put a question who or what did. Second, when we want to find the predicate, we say subject did what. And when we want to find the object, we say predicate plus what. So now according to the question, if I say who kicked the ball, John kicked the ball. Who won the prize? Peggy won the prize. So here by putting the question what or who, I am getting the answer John and Peggy. And John and Peggy are what? Naming words, and subject is your naming word only. Now coming to the predicate. Now we are putting the question to John. John kicked what? What John kicked? John kicked the ball. So the ball is your object, and what has John done? John has kicked. Okay, so this kicked is your here predicate, and including predicate, with predicate what will come? Verb will come. So what John kicked? John kicked the ball. Same, what Peggy won? Peggy won the prize. So this way we can divide the sentence. We have to remember that the sentence will start with subject, then comes the verb, and then comes the object. If I say John kicked, my sentence is not complete. I have to add object here. Same way, if I say Peggy won, it's not clear to me. I have to add something. What I am adding here? Peggy won the prize and John kicked the ball. So now again we'll just revise it. The subject is the naming part and it answers the question who or what. Next is the predicate is the doing part and it tells you what the subject did. And when you want to find the object, you can just find the object by asking what after the predicate. Now another example. Here you can see three boxes are given in three colors. Okay, why it is given in three colors? So that we can easily identify the subject, the verb and the predicate. Okay, so now you can see the first part is of yellow color, second is of blue and the third is green. So the yellow part is saying the subject is the naming part, answering the question who or what. Who is making a noise? Who is making a noise? The train. Easily we are getting the answer, the train. So the train is your subject. Now the predicate is doing part tells you what the subject is doing. What is train doing? The train is making a noise. So is making a noise is your predicate. Now comes the object. You find the object by asking what after the predicate. Now if I put a question, what the train does? The train makes a noise. What is the train doing? The train is making a noise, right? What is the train making? The train is making a noise. So here a noise is your object. If I say the train is making, my sentence is incomplete. I need an object to make it a sensible sentence. Another example. The small girl is reading a thin book. So now see, as I explained you, the subject or the predicate, the subject and the object. It can be more than one word. So you can see here, it is given the small girl, a thin book. So it is more than one word. Again, it is again in three colors. So again we'll put a question. Who is reading a thin book? The small girl. So the small girl, we are getting the answer and this is your subject. Now, what is the small girl doing? The small girl is reading a thin book. So, is reading a thin book is your predicate. What is the girl doing? The girl is doing what? She is reading a thin book. What is she reading? A thin book. ठीक है? So now a thin book is your object. Again, one more example we'll study. The talented children are playing the complicated musical instrument. Now here you can see the subject and the object. They are more than one word. The talented girl. So the talented girl is who, who are playing the complicated musical instrument? The talented girls. What are the girls doing? They are playing. What are the girls playing? The complicated musical instrument. So by putting these questions, we can easily divide the sentence in three parts: subject, predicate, and object. Now if I end this sentence, the talented girls are playing, then also my sentence will complete. No, I don't need an object, but I have added an object, the complicated musical instrument. So now again subject is what or who, does, did, is doing, was doing, will be doing according to the tense. Same predicate, the subject does, the subject did, the subject is doing, the subject was doing, or the subject will be doing what. And again object did, is doing, was doing, will be doing what. So that this is all about your subject and predicate. And I'll just stop my screen now, okay?